07 Commanders. My name is Commander Will Fearion, leader of the Vortex Squadron. Back again, because I love you guys. Today, we're going to just get into a few things, a non-tutorial type thing. We're going to talk a little bit about colonization and maybe clear up a few things that people kind of still don't know for sure or didn't pay attention. Okay, now, hey, I don't always pay attention either. However, I did make some notes. We're going to go over said notes today. We've got our handy dandy notepad. You know what that means, Commanders. We're going to get busy right about now. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Yes, I watched a little bit too much Ace Ventura when I was younger. And so now we are in a position where we are going to talk about some things today. And I am glad to see everybody. Hopefully some folks will show up today and we'll get busy. So first things first, you guys know or don't know, the new mining ship is supposed to be released Monday morning. So, and then there is a CG also supposedly going to be released with it, which will be a mining CG. Oh, shocker. And then, so that's probably going to run about 2 weeks. So if now you don't have to purchase the new ship to do the event. However, I think what they're doing here is stress testing the ship. So they're going to find out if it needs any more adjustments. Now, from what I'm hearing, it's pretty OP at the moment. I'm okay with that. But, if you're gonna, go big or go home, that's what Elite Dangerous is all about. And when you got a ship that's kind of iffy in the first place, because it's a smaller minority of people that actually enjoy that kind of thing. Not that there's anything against it. It's just the truth. But, and then on top of it, bigger sites like, Galnet News Digest and, the Burr Pit were poo-pooing it. Yeah, they probably did the right thing by making it a little bit too OP for now, but that's not to say they won't bring it back down to reality eventually, but we'll see if, we'll see how that goes. I don't expect much. I don't expect much in the way of them nerfing that situation. So hopefully it'll all go well and they'll make just oodles and oodles of money. Now, and I'm with a lot of other people that I'm not a big fan of the cost increase with the holographic paint job. I mean, I like the idea. I love it, but I think that the price that they're trying to introduce may be a test of our will to see if they can get away with charging that much. I don't know which artist they're paying to do that, but they need to hire a cheaper one, because I feel like it could be done cheaper. Okay, that's just my 2 cents. All right, so my 2 cents is it could be cheaper. The artwork does not have to be almost the same price as the ship. Okay, and I know they're throwing in all this other stuff, but they're pushing us. They're pushing us to the limit, Commanders. I can only go so far, and then I'm just like, yeah, I'm not a big miner anyway, so I'm not really that interested in it. I mean, I just want to get it because it's cool, but I will barely ever use it. You'll see maybe 2 videos ever with me doing that. Now, I don't know if they're going to do anything about this, but since the event was prematurely released, we got the list of the materials that they're going to ask for. Some people are trying to pre-stock those. I don't know if they're going to have a rule in place where you have to get the materials and deliver them in the same place or whatever. I've seen them do that in the past. But in any event, if you do that, fine, whatever. I mean, it's their own fault for not turning that off when they decided to delay the ship. So maybe they're just going to say whatever, because it'll encourage more people to, because they get to do something. They get to, do something shady to the man. So there you go. That's when you got to be shady to the man, then that's good, right? That's encouraging. So we'll see how that goes Monday. We'll talk about it more next week. I'm sure it'll be a thing, and we'll see what happens there. We don't know. There's the prizes. I think were like there's a ship skin for the Type 11. I know there's some more decals. They're getting big on these ownership decals. Whatever. That's fine. I would be happy if they just fixed the BGS system, which we might talk about that a little bit today too. But let's see. So I've got some colonization myths I might talk about. I also in other news, I'm kind of hoping that they do a lot of people like my group. There's a lot of suns out there that aren't bright. Okay. And so when you colonize in those systems, all the stuff you build, you really can't see it. So there's no point for us to buy paint jobs. So I thought, well, they could just give us some like pulse paint jobs or some neon kind of lighting or, even more lights in general to light that sucker up because it's in the dark, I mean, it does have a few lights now, but it's not, you know what I mean? They're not customizable, you know what I mean? So if we could change the lighting, if we could do something, whatever, that'd be fine. That'd be great. But I'd love to see some paint jobs coming out that would show up in the dark. Because I have at least 2 or 3 Coriolises that are in the dark, and they're just, just can't see them. So there's no point in me spending any money on paint. But, that's just me. Some people liked it scary and dark, but hey, look. It's my station. If I want to put some fluorescent paint jobs on it, I think I should be allowed. It's not much to ask for, right? Am I right? Anybody? Okay. All right. So today I'm sitting. One thing that I noticed that some people don't know because they didn't pay attention or because they just don't know, but there are literally 6 ships called Trailblazers. They're really big. We'll go visit one today. And they're called Trailblazers, and those ships are all over. There's 6 of them. They're around the bubble, so they're not real far out. They're kind of in the bubble. And when you first get started, at least at the beginning, if you needed something, you'd go to the Trailblazer. Now the Trailblazers have been restocked and replenished, and they have a lot more stuff on them. But like I said, once you get out into the black a certain distance, you're going to want to start building your own materials out there. And I know people are doing that because I've seen them when I'm out there building. There's people that build up these systems to have all the stuff you need. So you don't, once you're 500 or 1,000 light years out, going back to the bubble to get your materials kind of sucks. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I don't think so. So, and we're going to talk about that a little bit today. But there are 6 of them. So I actually have them bookmarked, by the way. Not really bookmarked, because what they did was they made them a point of interest rather than a ship or a fleet carrier. So, like a carrier kind of thing. So you can't bookmark them directly, which would have been nice if you could have bookmarked them directly and if they would have moved in a pattern around around the known bubble or something, you know what I mean? Maybe figure out where people are building and kind of push one over that direction. You know what I mean? Push them all in different directions around, all stuff like that. That would have been cool for me. I would have been totally down. But then you really need to be able to bookmark the ship itself, because otherwise you won't be able to find it. So in this instance, let's go ahead. I'm going to look at my galaxy map here and I'll just show you how I have them bookmarked. So they show up under bodies when you bookmark them. And then down here, I've got all the Trailblazers. So I got Echo, Faith, Promise, and they're all in different systems. Ogden or Organ and Star and Wish. So these are all the 6 of them. Now, depending on where you're building, obviously if you're just straight up trucking, you want to go to the closest one. Typically, I go to the closest one anyway, just because it's just less gas, I got less fuel I have to use in the fleet carrier. And I use my fleet carrier to transport that stuff back if it, because I know a lot of people, oh, you just have to do this and that and that. Well, you know what? If you load it up all on the carrier, you can do it over however many days you want. And then once you get it all loaded, then you can truck it all back to your system, stick it right next door, and just sit there and go bing, 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 back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now, the other problem is that because these things don't move, people tend to load up the system with carriers. So you can't ever, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to get into that system. So you have to pick something nearby. Now, this place right here, I'm at Trailblazer Song is where I'm at, which is in here, right, in Oregon. And then this is the closest place. Now, I usually go there, but today, this weekend, for whatever reason, there's a lot of people in here. So I've had to move out here, which is still only a jump away, but whatever, it is what it is. So you just kind of find a spot that's nearby, and hopefully it's only one jump away, and then you can still do it, although it's not as convenient as being right next door to the pickup or drop off. When you're in your own system, you usually don't have a lot of traffic issues unless there's something important in there. And fortunately, none of my systems are very important. So that's always good when you decide that. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is when you're deciding, say you're deciding where you want to migrate to, right? Like you can see some places right here, and we're kind of in the thick of the bubble here. But you can see there's dots around, but usually when they're like this close, that's because they're not good. They're like one or two suns, or maybe they only have one place to put something or whatever, So you may not find anything good there, but what you want to do is you want to try to find something that's close to one that's already. You have to colonize within 15 light years of an already colonized system. Colonized by players, not colonized by the game. That doesn't count. So that's why you see all these dots. I'm sure if we go fly around to some of these, we could probably see why nobody's colonized them yet. Like why wouldn't they do this one? Well, it's probably sucky. I don't think I have it. Yeah, I haven't been there yet. Holy spuckers, look at that 072 coming out hot. It's Sergeant. Hey, speaking of Sergeant, if you haven't been there yet, check out in the chat. I got this little thing for him. Look at that. You tell me if that looks good. What do you think of that? Oh no, that's the wrong. Well, it's the right channel, wrong name. I didn't fix it good enough. Oops, Sarge. Let me fix that. That was bad. But it's the right address. So there you go. I'll fix that for you. Sorry about that. No, you're not gonna see Gunther there. No. That's where Sarge is at. Hold on, I have to fix this. It's just this is gonna bug me till I fix it. But I could show you. We'll show you some stuff here in a second. Give me just a second. I just have to make one little commander, not Gunthric. It's Sergeant, SERGEANT. There, Commander Sergeant. There we go. That's much better. Let me retry that. Let me try that. See if that worked. Okay, let's push the button. We're gonna push the button again, Sarge. Here we go. What do you think now? Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's the right one. Yeah, there you go. Sorry about that. Sorry, I copied a button and left the other name in there. Sorry about that. All right, so now we're fixed. So let's just, for example, let's switch ships, and we'll find a spot, and we'll see why. Okay, yeah, he needs some viewers, guys. So go give him a follow. He's a great streamer. I can't remember the spiel that all the streamers used to say. He's a wonderful guy. He's he's a humanitarian. He's a really great streamer. I mean, you'll never see anything like him. Yeah, go follow, subscribe to Sergeant, give him all your money, whatever you got to do. Just do it. All right. So now, let me just make sure we got to get different. Oh, I'm in a ship. We're good. I'm in the right ship. So let's do that again. So I'm going to go to Galaxy Map again, and I'll show you kind of, sort of, but this is how you find stuff. Okay, so here's one right here. This is close, right? You would think, well, why didn't somebody call? Look, there's a whole bunch of them. I bet you all these are bad. And the reason why they don't do it, let's find out. Let's see if we find something good, I'll snatch it, but I don't think we're going to. Because, I mean, who doesn't want a spot right next to Trailblazer's song, right? Now, you know, I know people worry about, oh, but they're colonizing so fast. Yeah, we're not. We haven't hardly even touched the galaxy. And I can show you that, too. So, we barely touched it. 400 billion. I don't think people can really wrap their eyes around or their head around 400 billion. How many stars that is? Now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go over here. Now we're just looking right now. Okay, so we're just window shopping. Okay, so we're just saying, okay, there's a spot right here. Why didn't anybody want it? Because it should be colonized, right? I mean, you'd think. As fast as they're colonizing the galaxy, you'd think that this should be a hot spot. Now, I can tell you the one thing is, if you want ringed planets and stuff, you have to go to ones like a C. See how it's got WEG and then C11? That C11 usually indicates the size of what kind of planets are in there. Some of them, at least. And so sometimes you can get lucky on if you find one that's got a D, that's usually one with like a ring planet. So here you go. This is why nobody wants this place. You see why? It's because it's got literally 2 suns in it, and that's it. So that's why nobody's colonized here. So you could, oh, this is beautiful. You could technically colonize this, but you won't get much out of it. You almost, I mean, I don't think there's anything good you could do here except maybe make it a tourist spot. And even that, it's going to be really tough to colonize this place. So now you kind of see what's going on. This is why some of these are available, but nobody's gotten them yet, because they're just not worth it unless you just want a little. Now, if you're making your honey hut and you just want to have a couple things in there for you, what I would do right here is I'd place a Coriolis, but you're going to have to bust a move to do, because you only got 28 days ish to get that built. So you're going to have to do it, but you would also be really close to Trailblazer's song. So you should be able to do it, especially if you're running a carrier. Even if you're not, you should be able to do it, because it's probably going to be like 1 to 2 jumps and you'll get right in and get right out. So let's just say, okay, we don't like that one. Did we honk? Let's get a honk. We might as well take the cartographic data, right? Okay, now we go here, and we'll go back to the galaxy map again, and we'll go find another one. We'll see if I'm right. There's a ton right here. Look at all these right here. Now, eventually, I imagine that people will pick them up, but there's so much better spots. I mean, look at all these white dots out here. There's a ton of them. Yeah, and I'll bet you every single one of them. Now, this is a D5 161. Let's go look at that one. Let's see what's going on with that bad boy. Now, the reason you want ringed planets is because, obviously, like everyone else, you want to have one of those fancy handy-dandy, snow bases, so, or snowball base, or whatever the hell they call that, the ice base. And I get that. I'm totally okay with that. But there might be something good here. Now, sometimes there's just no reason to go there. All right, so let's go ahead and get an 07 out to Uncle Jay. Good to see you, Uncle Jay. Not that I haven't seen you all morning, but welcome on in. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to paradise. We are just taking a little peek. We're doing a little window shopping today, boys. We're just doing a little window shopping. I'm kind of showing you why things are the way they are, and then we're going to kind of venture out a little bit further. Okay, so there we go. See, there it is again. 2 suns. That's it. No planets. So we can get a honk, and we can fill up our gas tank. Oops, I don't even think I honked. Did I honk? I didn't honk. All right, so there we go. Now we go out again. We go, okay, what's going on here? Okay. All right. Oh, this one's not bad. Oh, what? Oh, okay, wait a minute. This one might be okay. Anybody want this one? Come get it. This is decent. The primary port will be here, which is not the greatest. How far away is that? Let's see how far this is. Yeah, it's not bad. 29,101. It's not terrible because you'll end up parking. See, these are great for having a fleet carrier because then you can park in right at the planet, and let's see how many. So it looks like a lot of it's like it's not going to be the best system in the world, but it does look like a couple of these might be rocky. I doubt it's going to tell me because I haven't mapped it. But you'd have to go in and map these, and you could check it out. You couldn't build a good well, not everybody's trying to build like 50 planet systems. Okay, so there's a buy orders. Oh, you did the buy orders. Well, that's a nice job. So are you doing the buy orders for both places or just the one? That would have been, because that'll work great if you have it for both. And if I get mine done first, I'm going to have to bring another carrier, though. I don't have enough carriers out there, and I got to put buy orders on, so we'll do that. So anyway, yeah, so if you're in if you want to do something small that you could actually finish, in your lifetime, depending on how old you are, you might want to look at this one. It's not the worst one I've ever seen, but it's not going to have a lot. Like, you're not going to be able to do, you could probably do 2 Coriolis's in here. And I wouldn't make this one. I'm going to say it would probably be best for an industrial, because I think that this one some of these might be rocky, especially this one might be. So you could, maybe possibly pull some CMMs or something, but I don't know, because this one, well, these two are connected. So you'd have to put like you need refineries, but then you also need a civilian ground port to get them. So you may or may not be able to do anything with this one. You could do some mining, whatever. But yeah, so this system could be okay. But as you can see, it's obviously not taken yet. So it's not a big sought after system. But if you want it, come get it. And it'd be easy to do. And like I said, once you do that, once you colonize a system, if you're in a squadron and you're following a minor faction, you can bring your minor faction with you. So if you have a minor faction, say, Vortex Continuum, right? So anytime we colonize anything, any of my guys, if they colonize something, it brings the Vortex Continuum there. So you can literally move yourself to a whole new start if you wanted to. If you're, if you had a lot of trouble in the bubble and stuff like that. So your origin system would stay in the bubble, but your other, and I don't know if they're going to bring that back, because then they'd have to they'd have to have origin systems be wherever the first place was colonized. But when you colonize, whoever you buy the beacon from, so if we wanted to buy this, say, we'd have to go to a place, say we'd have to go to a place next door. And so whichever group's in there would be your primary. So you could buy the colonization beacon from these solid ones. I'm not sure about these open-toed. What are those things? Yeah, I don't know what that means. Let's see. Inhabit. It just says it's inhabited. So in any event, you could buy it from like the closest place is probably. I don't know. Actually, this one might be in a weird spot. Maybe that's why nobody's done it. Let's see how far away is this one. This one, yeah, you could buy it from there, I think, or here. Yeah, anything that's under 15, you could buy the beacon. You could buy the system for that. And it's better if you scan them first, because then that way you can kind of see, what's going on in there when you go to purchase it. And it'll show you that dealio where I was just saying, like, yeah. Well, that's kind of crappy. But it'll show you like it'll show you where this little flag right here is the where if you purchase the colonization beacon from one of those systems next door that are within 15 light years, you'll be able to place your first port will be right there. So you'll be able to go in there, get it started. Then you got 30 days after that to do it. So, but that's kind of why some of these aren't done, because, some people are system snobs like Uncle Jay. And so they think that they're, doing something, which brings up another point. Like, a lot of people think that you're going to make money from selling. You're not going to make any kickbacks from selling any items in your system. So if you want to share, that's fine, but you don't have to build a system any particular way. Yeah, well, I wish one of them was your spelling. I'd be okay with that. But see, there's other ones like, see, I don't know why somebody colonized this one, but not this one. So let's find out what this one's doing. Then we'll do one more just for funsies, and then we'll go and did I honk this place or not? Because it wasn't showing me the system map. I might have to turn in the data before it let me. All right, let's get out of here. Oh, I didn't need to do that anyway. All right, there we go. Thought I was hitting the boost, not the SCO. I'm glad. See, that's because Mars has got me all messed up. He runs out of gas all the time, so I get confused. All right, so let's go check this one. I want to see what this. Now this is a B, so I don't imagine there's going to be anything decent in there. Maybe. I mean, obviously, if it's a water world or something like that, you're going to want it. You know, high metal content are, you know, very good to get, but you don't have to do any of that. You can build your system any way you want. Just because you have certain things in there does not mean you have to build that in there. Now let's see what's on this one. Let's get a honk. Get a honk and get some fuel. All right, let's look at what this one's got to offer. Oh, okay, so this is a bunch of icy planets. Oh, there's a ring planet in here. There you go. But not a lot of places to build again. So this one's going to be a toughie. And the main port is right here, which may give you, I think, so since this is in the third slot, it may not let you build in that ring on the third slot. You may have to go to the second. But this is one where you could probably build a nice port right there. Hoeing Hero. All right. Do I know? Okay, so not in the biblical sense. I know that development level, no ice port here. Can you put an ice port here? I'll bet you could put it on this one. So this one, you would have to build a small port on this station, on this one, and then you'd have to get enough point. Nowhere you can't put it? I don't understand that. I thought it was... why is that? Sarge, explain that to me. So development level is like how much you've developed the system. Okay, I don't know that it counts for anything, but it does exist. Okay, yes, thank you. Attached to the ring. Oh, because okay, I got it. I know what he's saying. So what he's saying is that you can't do it here because of these moons. You need these. If these were right under this, then you could do it. So you can't do an ice port here. Forget that. I see what you're saying now. Okay. Yeah, it needs these. It needs two of these to be able to do stuff in the rings. So okay, thanks, Sarge. Sorry, I'm still kind of, I'm not as seasoned as you, man. I'm still kind of new. What was the other parts of the question? The development level is kind of like how much you've developed the system. The tech level gives you a lot of things you can sell in your orbitals. So like the tech level where we're building is really high. So like every single ship is for sale there. A bunch of the parts are for sale there. Wealth is just like, it attracts wealthier inhabitants for colonies. And standard of living is, basically the same thing. If the standard of living is low, then nobody's going to want to come live there, and you're not going to get a good population. And the same thing with security. It depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to build a regular system, you want a higher security to protect the people that are either wealthy or their standard of living is high. So, I mean, obviously, if I said any of that wrong, I'm sure Sarge can correct me, but I think that's the gist. Okay. Yeah, so it has to be, so to build an ice thing here, we would have to have two. We'd have to have these two things underneath the planet. But since there's moons there, it disregards that whole thing. So this is not. It's not the best system in the world, but like I said, if you want to build something small to practice and make all your mistakes on, now come Tuesday. Oh, low standard of living causes outbreaks. Okay. Yeah. Mostly, I think that, like me, I try to keep the standard of living decent or high and the tech level. I like tech stuff. So, and I haven't really built a system with a ringed planet yet or anything like that. So I haven't really had any practice with those yet, but I kind of know what I'm supposed to do. It's just, but this could also be very easily. This is probably a tourist. This would be a great tourist site because of these, because the gas giants that are here, and especially the ringed one, those are good for tourists. So you might just want to build a tourist thing here because obviously you can't build. I mean, you could build space stations, but the space stations are kind of useless if they don't have something to go in them. Now you could build here. You could build a regular rocky, the rock version of the asteroid base. You could build that here. I'm pretty sure that will work. Well, and I mean, I can tell you a little bit more about that. If you really want to do pre-planning, the best way to do is get a hold of, there's a couple of pieces of software you want to do. You want this ED Market Connector. You have to just search for it on the interwebs. And then you also need this SRV survey, which says nothing about colonization, but you can pre-colonize your whole system before you ever even start building anything. So you can go in here, you can look at your projects, like I've got a whole bunch of projects in here. You can start a new project, whatever, and then you can see each one of those projects. Like right now, we're working on this one, and this one. And you can see, I can see all that. But at a glance, if you just look at the system, you can, yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, that's great. Yeah. So this one I started late, but I've got everything put into it and it's almost done. We're on the last 4 ports right now, or 4 buildings or whatever, but we're on the last 4 down here on planet 7-ish, 7 and 8 or something like that. I can't remember. Oh, there's one, and there's one, and there's one. So and then there's going to be one more here. As soon as I need the yellow though. I need the yellow thing. So some of that stuff, you just get used to it over time. So you can see, like, I don't have anything specific. The biggest thing I've got going is this blue thing, which I can't remember what it is. I think it's high tech. The biggest thing I've got is high tech and agriculture, because I've been building a little bit of agriculture because that's all I have. 07. Did I get you in 07? If I didn't, here it is. Gerwin, did I get you in 07? 07, Gerwin. Sorry if I missed anybody. It's hard to talk and chew gum at the same time. I don't think I missed anybody else except Hammer of Mars 07 to you. Good to see you. So, okay. Well, no commander gets left behind in my stream, baby. We're getting them all. You guys are like Pokemons to me. I got to catch them all. Gotta be well, everybody. So in any event, yeah. So here's, what's going on with this. So like I said, this is just kind of a basic overview. Definitely not a tutorial. I'm not that good yet, but I'm getting better, especially because I started using these tools. The SRV survey has been amazing. The market connector's been around since the dawn of time. I think SRV survey has been around a long time too, but I just became aware of it recently. So, but they're great tools, and if you can get them to work, that's the tricky part. Make sure you're not renaming stuff. Okay. If you rename the renaming thing does work, by the way, but when you rename your commander, or you rename your carriers, or if you just bought a carrier, some of that stuff takes a while to like pick up in the system. So you might have to wait till the next Thursday tick or something to get it to right. Yeah, yeah. So that's you can see what I have here. This is all sites. This will be what it. Okay, so yeah, this is all sites after everything's said and done. This is what it is right now. This is what it will be. But you can see my tech levels off the chain. So I get in my main Coriolis. Uh, you can buy all kinds of stuff. I don't know if it's everything, but it's a lot. And we've got it to where you can get a discount and all that kind of stuff. The wealth. So my guys are pretty rich. Their standard of living is pretty high. Now their security's not great, but we don't know. This is a pirate system, so I don't want it low, but I don't want it. I think it's at medium at -6, and that's where I'm going to try to keep it at -6. Because I know if I go much lower, it's in trouble. Yeah, well, Uncle Jay, you know what that's called? It's called two monitors. Yeah, Uncle Jay, gotta love him. No, he doesn't have enough for that. All right. All right. So in any event, yeah, or you can use a tablet you can connect your tablet to your thing, or three, or I think what does Nugs have? 7, he said, or some ridiculous amount. Well, then you should be able to see it at the exact same time because it's in your second monitor. You only need one for the game. So yeah, so there's that. Yeah, your tech level, your security. Like I said, now if you're in a regular system, since I'm in a pirate system, I'm not that upset with being a -6 because that's still a medium, according to Sargent. Yeah, well, and that's why ours is where it is because it was right next door to the place we were originated from. So I wanted to do an actual full system for that. Oh, Sarge, you troll. Yeah, but you can see the development level. Each thing you build, you can change the development level. Mine's a 64. I'm assuming that's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty high up there. And then, yeah, so there's standard living is pretty good. Now I've been watching as I've been building. Now I didn't pre-plan my system. I had already started on it and just threw some stuff in there. And then over time, I went in and figured out what everything is. And then I started going, oh, okay, now I can see the whole thing. And then I was like, oh yeah, now I know what I want to do better. So that's what we're doing now. We got these 3 going at this moment. And then, yeah, so it's good. It's good stuff. Good stuff, Maynard. So yeah, so that's kind of what that's at. Now the population is one of the most difficult ones. My population's been kind of stuck at 3, 8, 10 for a while, so I'm not sure if that's going to pop up more or not later. Yeah, so, yeah. At first I just kind of threw some stuff down just to see how it works. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I'll just throw this in there. I don't know, And then of course the system that we're talking about is all ice worlds. This system is all ice worlds, so there's no high metal or none of that. So that's why I went hard in the paint on tech and agriculture, because the agriculture brings up your standard of living. So I wanted that high. And like I said, at the end of the day, I may do one more agricultural, but I'm not sure. It's also a brown dwarf. Yep. It's very dark. My boys are bitching constantly. They're like, oh, it's dark. I said, but yeah, we're pirates though, man. We got to, we can't be just tooling around in the daylight, man. We got to be in the dark. So it's all good. They like to give me a hard time, and I like to give it back. So why does it say I have 1 tier point? It says I have 1 tier. I don't believe that. That can't be right. Let me refresh this. Oh, I guess I still do have 1 tier point. I thought I needed 1. Well, that might be it. I might be able to put that last place down. That's all I needed was the 1. Unless, no, he can't be done that quick. Because I know somebody's working on those systems, but I won't be able to update them until I get back over there. I got to do a buy order for everything. So anyway, let's just say you don't want to mess around in the bubble, which I think your first system, you're kind of better off. Let's say you want to go off further. So one thing you want to, oh, it says you have 3. Okay. Because I could swear in game it said I had 0. that's why I'm building this other one. That's going to give me one more, so I could build a tier 2 in the last place. So yeah, that happens too. Sometimes the connectors aren't exactly as accurate as you'd like them to be. But let's just say, for example, that you don't want to. You're like, I just want to start my own colony away from the bubble. You don't want to worry about power play. You don't want to worry about all this stuff. You want to go far away. So basically, that's what you need the galaxy map for that. And what you can do is you can back out here. You can see where you can see where a lot of stuff is. Now you can see mostly what we've colonized is in this little area right here. Okay. I hear people sometimes say, oh, they're going to overcolonize. No, they are not, because look at all that space we've got to go out. Yeah, we've got a long way to go. Okay. So there's good stuff all around the galaxy. We just haven't found it yet. So let's just say, for example, you want to do that. Let me go here. Let me go here. See if that gives me a reset. It does. Okay, so I couldn't be bothered to zoom in. So what you can do is, like, I have bookmarks in certain areas, but you can see, like, there's a lot of, say you want to go out, let's say we want to go out towards this way, because look at this way. There's a lot of stuff out there. Castro, Pollux, Arcturus, Vega. Oh, Vega. Let's go see Vega. I love Vega. I used to play a game called Vega Conflict. But Vega, I'm sure it's got to be colonized by now. But you can see all these pink guys going by us. Those are all colonized systems. So it's going out here a little ways. All right, where did Vega go? Let me just find him on the map. Let's find the actual there. Oh, that goes the other way. Oh, there's a nebula called Vega too. Oh, okay, that's not the one I want. Hold on, I got to figure out how I don't know how to see that. But anyway, we go out this way. So what you can start doing is, this thing's, 3-dimensional. So you can go up. And so what'll end up happening is this stuff will thin out, right? And you just keep going. And then you follow where they went. So you follow where everybody else is going. And you could find good stuff out here. So this is pretty far out, but we'll keep going. We'll see when we get stuck. And then we'll see if we can go further. But right now we're looking at, we're at 231 from Vega, which is not very far from Sol. And we could bookmark Sol if we want to see how far it is really. Yeah, but you see some of these out here? It's starting to thin out a little bit, right? So, but there are people going this way. So if you wanted to get way out here, you could, but you got to be careful once it starts thinning out, because you have to colonize, 15 light years from the one previous. And some of these start getting like this one here, for example. It's a B10-3. This is already colonized, so you could technically, if you wanted to, colonize that. But you can follow these trails. They'll take you down a rabbit hole for sure. I sit out here for hours sometimes just going, all right, I see a pink one way over here. Sometimes I can't figure out exactly where they came from or how they got there. But if you keep finding pink ones, you can keep going. And you can just go into oblivion. You can just fly around all you want. You could go as far away as you want. Right now, we're quite a ways away. What's that one? Give me the thing. Okay, this is almost 1,000 light years from the bubble. So you could call it, and there's still pink ones out here. There's still more going on. But you see how thin they are, right? So sometimes if you're looking for so what I would do is I'd fly out to a place, one of these places. Like there's the Cali Neb. We have stuff in the California Nebula. But there's so like right here, it's kind of a urge. So if we go up, wait, there's another pinkin. We're going to go up, see if there's anything. Nope. Oh, there's one. Way over here. They're moving. They're moving, boys. We got them. Yeah, look at how far this one is. Yeah. Oh, boy, there is just a lot of white dots out here. Boy, I'll tell you. So yeah, you can kind of just keep looking around. You can use other pieces of software to kind of figure out where everything is. Yeah, I don't know what that even means. All right, so there you go. So there's um yeah, so you can go, and this is not too terribly far from California, but it is. I mean, this is a two carrier jump. So if you're going to go out this far, what you want to do is you want to try to find a spot with a cluster that you could maybe colonize, and then also build your own stuff to build more stuff in your own system, so you don't have to fly all the way back to the bubble to get stuff. And there are places like that, like California. There's a bunch of places where you can do that. I'm sure Bernard's Loop has a bunch of stuff like that. Saj, I know they're moving that way, but I don't know how close they are. I mean, Saj is pretty far, and I know there's a group trying to get to Colonia, but I don't think they're very far yet, because it takes a really long time because of the 15 light year, barrier. So there's not a lot up here. This is kind of thin. And it gets thinner towards the top and the bottom of the galaxy too. So sometimes you might have to come down, start running back into the Pinkins again. But you'll find it. But anyway, if you find a trail, then just kind of follow it, and then you can go out as far as you want. And there's not going to be any power play and stuff out here for quite some time. So if it can even go that far. I don't know if power play is limited to how far out it can go. I think it should be, but I don't know if it is, just because nobody's encouraged to fight each other right now. 32 Cassiopeia. Where? That looks pretty cool. What's that? How far is that? That's a lot. Okay, that's a lot closer. That's only 605. If you get in with 500, you can do stuff there. Weir, didn't see you there, bud. 07. I think that 40 years to reach Colonia. Yeah, right. You could go 15. How many weeks is that? 40. Most of us will be dead before we ever get there. I don't know that we'll ever reach Sagittarius in our lifetimes either. But so there's a basic idea of what's going on, how you can find stuff. You just got to find the pink ones and then try to follow their trail. If the trail looks like it stops, just go up and go down, and you can start picking it up again. So I had this other software too I was going to show you guys so you could see. Let's go ED Astro. I think it's called that. Let me see. ED Astronomics. Yeah, the astrometrics. On this one, you can literally do this interactive map. So you can see the entire galaxy, and then you can change these settings over here, and you can include inhabited, and basically it'll light up everything that's inhabited, either by a player or by AI. So you can see this is where we're at. This is the bubble now, kind of right here. But you can see it does not go very far. It's literally, if you zoom out, we're in a very small area of the galaxy. And I don't think that these are right either. What is it, inhabited, or what was it? I think it was, maybe it's logarithmic. Okay, yeah, this is better. This is more accurate. But I don't think that we're colonized here or here, but we're definitely this. And you can see on this map is kind of where everything's going. So there's been people that have built bridges out so far, and then there's bridges all over here. And there's you can tell there's a colony right here. There's a colony right here too. Anywhere where it's bunched up like that, that might be a good colony for you to find, and then colonize there, because then you might be able to get all the materials you need right there in the colony. If you don't find it, anywhere where they're bunched up, I'm pretty sure that's a colony, because otherwise it's just a kind of a straight line, right? Like out here, this is all just straight lines pretty much. There might be a couple little colonies, but I don't know for sure. And I don't know what's out there because it doesn't really say on this map, but yeah. So you can find, there's these strings. You can go out on these strings, and then you can dart off. You can see like some people have done that, where they've darted off from the string, and that's where they put their house, right? They're like, okay, I'm going to live here. Yeah, no, you're not going to get a perfect jump. I get it. Yeah, because the jumps go up and down. I get you. I feel you. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, so there's a lot of options for you, but there it is. I mean, anybody that says, "Oh, they're colonizing too fast," nah, we're good. I think somebody told me it would take 900 years to colonize the entire galaxy. So we got a few minutes, boys. That's 10 generations. We'll be okay. We'll find something good. And trust me, all that stuff you're finding near the bubble's not anywhere near the yeah, a high G bar, exactly. I don't know what you're saying right now. Um, just remember, I'm not really like, I'm not an astrophysicist there. I don't know half of that stuff. But anyway, that's where we're at. So let's go ahead. Oh, I'm still sitting here cooking at the sun. Not really getting too hot though. Only 48, 51 degrees. Look at that. All right, so let me go back to my carrier. I think we're done out here. So I showed you guys all that stuff. So yeah, you're not going to make any money, but you're also not going to. Another thing that people talk about, they think that it costs you money to colonize, and no, it does not. You actually make money colonizing. Now you're not, unless you're colonizing for other people that are paying you high absorbent prices. You may not make a gazillion dollars, but building your own stuff, you should at least break even, if nothing else. So you're not going to be paying a lot of money. But, like I said, if you just want to go out, I mean, if you're somebody that's looking for people to shoot at and stuff like that, the bubble's your spot. That's where you want to be. But if you're not going to be digging on it. There we go. Yeah, we're still only one jump in this one. Oh, this is my longest jump range ship, though. I cheated a little bit. Okay, so yeah, that's it for that. Now, where is Willy Nilly today? I have not seen Willy Nilly yet today. I'm a little bit nervous about this. I don't think I forgot anybody. Yeah, 40 years. Yeah, I don't know why they'd want to recall. I mean, there's already a super highway to it and stuff. I mean, I heard that the record is like 55 minutes now or something to get to Colonia. That's enough. That's good. I don't think colonizing to it would make it any better. I think some people want to colonize starting from there. But, I don't know. I don't know how many people actually hang out in Colonia. And if they do, what do they, is there anything to do out there? I mean, I guess you could do exobiology and stuff, but I don't know what you do out there. I've never been to Colonia, so I don't know. I'm not really interested in going there, even for the engineers, because it's just a pain in the ass. And I have all the stuff pinned that I need pinned, and I get what I need. I already got everything all perfect. So yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I know somebody's going to argue with me. I don't care. I just don't get it. You can do it. I'm not saying you're a bad person if you do it. Just saying I'm not a good person because I'm not doing it. There we go. Now, I need to bring out another carrier, but I do need to set up a buy order on this carrier. One of the things you should do if you're going to use carriers is do buy and sell orders. The buy orders are obviously a little bit more tedious, but you do whatever you can. And then, like I said, since I have two carriers, I'll bring the other one out here too. Oh yeah, well maybe that's why people want to colonize out there. Honestly, I don't personally get it, but hey, God bless them. You do you, boo. All right, here we go. We're gonna land this bad boy. So maybe we'll do a buy order just so you guys can kind of see that how you can do a buy order on your carrier. If you already know this stuff, I appreciate that, but this is for people that don't. Okay, sometimes people want to know things, and I am glad to show them if I know myself. Not always do I know. Sometimes I just don't know because I don't do everything either. I'm a pilot. I'm a pilot. That's all I can tell you. So something you can do with these ships in particular, the personal fleet carriers, you can put because they have merchants, because they have trading on them and merchant services and stuff. You can put buy orders in, and then people can deliver what you need to the carrier. And if you're, if you have the money or you just really want help that bad, you can mark up the price so that more people are likely to come, because some people are, they won't come if you're just doing market value. But so since I don't really care if they come or not, I just do market value and then I just fill it up myself. But I got to do 2 carriers for this one. And you can see in a minute, we'll show you on here, not there, but here. Which one was I working on? I'm working on this one. So, Nakamura Rise. I like that name. That's a good one. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. No, I agree with you. I don't have a reason, and the only reason I would go out there is just to unlock the engineers. That's the only reason I would go there. But I'm not even motivated to do that because there's nothing. The only thing that I really, really, really wish I had was I wish I had the tier 4 shield. Is it shield boosters or shield cell banks? One of the two. That you can only get the tier 4 out in Colonia, which I think is ludicrous. But okay, because in the old days, the developers thought that we needed to learn how to do every single thing in the game, and they did everything in their power to make sure that we had to do it. It's a cell bank? Okay. I knew it was one of them. But I'm not even motivated to go get that. I wish I could send Nugs out there to go get it, because I know he would, and I would love him dearly. Okay, so basically we've got all this stuff that we need. So basically I can do buy orders, and I can do the buy orders in any way I want. But if I was just doing a buy, since I'm going to use 2 carriers, I can just go on a straight line. The nice thing about this thing, and the one thing I really love about it, the SRV survey, they list the commodities in the same way that they're listed at the station. So it's so much easier to find stuff. If it's just in alphabetical order, I struggle because I don't know what every single thing is. Oh yeah, liquid oxygen, that's a chemical. I will forget that in 10 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, they should yeah. I think that everything should just be in both places. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, technically you start in the bubble, so you could do the ones in the bubble and then travel to Colonia. But I think that the ones in Colonia should be like, if you want to get 2 pins of something, because sometimes you want to do 2 different kinds of engines. Sometimes you want to do, the fully loaded, or sometimes yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you should be able to do them in both places. Like I said, I don't know what oh yeah, the green gas giants, those are neat. But I don't know what the big deal is, like why they did that, other than to try to force us to go to Colonia, which I think is sad. I don't think that everybody wants to be a deep space explorer, and I don't think they should have to be. I don't think everybody should be a miner. I don't think everybody should have to be a combat pilot. Some of those engineers you have to unlock with combat, which I think is silly. I mean, if you're a trucker, you don't necessarily want to go fight. Where do I find these federal combat bonds and blah blah blah? And that's silly. They need to tone all that down. Just give us an easier way to get to the engineers. Let us build our ships. They said before in one of those Frontier Unlocks that their focus was turning away from collecting materials and to building your ships. However, they also need to do getting to where you can build the ships is also a huge pain in the tookie. Now, if you could do it with normal gameplay, I'd be okay with that. But if you're a trucker and you never go fight and you're never going to get the combat bonds, so you're not going to be able to open some of those guys, or you're not going to be able to do this or that or whatever, you got to go get these rares all over the place. The rares I don't care about as much because, I mean, hauling certain things, even combat pilots need to do that. Yeah, I think they need to let people play the way they want to play and not force them into different play styles for no reason. Like, I don't like the SRVs either. I don't think that, I hate the fact that I have to go drive around the SRV to get stuff. I don't think that that should be the way. That everything should be able to be done from the ship. This is a spaceship game after all, you know? So, I mean, I'm totally, there's some things that bother me. You know, they're not game breakers, deal breakers. Obviously, I'm still here. But it's annoying. And I just don't ever do it because it's just like, ugh. Ugh. And so I'll start with this one, 2457 liquid oxygen. So I can put a buy order on my ship. And I'll forget that number by the time I go there. And then I'll have to look at it again. And I'll look at it again. So you go in here. You go down to come on. Now you got to make sure you got some money too. You better have some money. And my carrier's got 6 billion in it. So it's okay. It'll be all right. But this one is mine. Okay, so I'm going to go down to commodity trading. And you go to manage market. Now this one sucks because it's in alphabetical. But you figure out what it is. So we know this is, well, it's in alphabetical, but it's divided. So that's good. That makes it easier. So you go down, we need liquid oxygen. We need 2457 of that. So you just go here. I'm not going to change the price because I'm just selling to myself basically. So I just need 24 or whatever I said. 2457. That's what it is. So you just zip this little thing up to 2457, call it good. And I just keep doing this till I get run out of room. Okay, I'll apply that. Boom. Now I have a buy order for it. And I just go to the next one. So this makes it real easy to do it with this one. Surface stabilizer, 620. 620. Buy it, 620. So yeah, this takes a few minutes to do, but then once it's done, you're good to go. 620. 6220. Apply. Okay, we got two down, boys. We're halfway there. Not. Okay, so under consumer items, we need an evacuation shelter. 200. Evacuation. I'll take an evacuation shelter for 200, Bob. Let's go ahead and trade it. I want to buy 200 of them babies. And that way, people, if they want to help you, they can see what you need and they'll just go get it and they'll bring it back. But if I do it myself, I just look at my own numbers. I go, hey, that's cool. So I'm not trying to get a bunch of people out here to help me, you know, unless they're just generous people and they want to help out. But you should break even regardless. What was the other one? I forgot already. See? Told you, I forget a lot. That's why I love this thing. Survival equipment. I need 56 of those. Survival equipment. Boom. Buy 56. But that's the only way you're going to get people to help you is if you have a buy order. I mean, unless they like flying a lot and they happen to be in the system, then you can get them. So, let's see, foods. I need food carts. I need 142 food carts. I could probably buy these in our own system because we got a lot of agricultural there. E, F, G, food cartridges. There we go. What did I say it was? I forgot already. 142. You know, I look a lot, but you know, it's okay. 42. Oh, that's too high. I was looking at, I turned my eye over to the chat for 1 second and then I went right past my number. Okay, so I could, Nugs. Okay, Nugs, did I get you in 07? I think I did. If you're working with a group on a project, that works too, but randoms, carrier. Yeah. Yeah, I use the carrier a lot, especially when I'm just doing like a whole, if I want to do a whole thing at once, I just do the carrier. If it's a small, I usually just go grab it from nearby systems. Even Song is like, I think from where we're at, Song is like 4 jumps in, 5 jumps out, and you can usually do it in like 5 or 6 trips. Less than 10 usually, so you just do that. And, okay, what was the other one I needed? Let's see, fruit and veggies, 99. 99 red balloons. 99 red balloon. Oh, good Lord, that's fast. Boy, I'm just saying, I'm a little bit too slow for that, letting go of that button. 99, there it is. Oh no, it's not okay at all. There's your 07, Nugs. There you go. All right, it's not okay. It's never there. No commander is left behind on this stream, dude. If I missed you, you just let me know. I'll get you another one. If you want a second one, let me know. I'll get you a second one. All right, so now we did food, ceramic composites, 802, and that's down here somewhere. Ceramic composites, 802. The other thing I like about the Trailblazers is that you can get CMMs without having to go to the ground, which I always hate. 802, right? Let's see, 8076543 Okay, we are on fire, boys. We are on fire. Okay. So what else do we got? We got CMM composites. Whoa, that's a lot. 6,962 CMM composites. Wow, 6,962. That's a lot. 6,962. We're almost there, boys. And 62. Hey! Hold on. I'll forget the number if I look away. 62. I got it. All right. Malcolm in the middle. How you doing, brother? 07 to you. You're right in just after the 1 hour mark. Being that it is the 1 hour mark, I'm going to take a 3-minute breather. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Cupness in the lab, she's conjuring spells. Nan-90's in the mix and the Targoid's hell. Guardian pylons, light him up quick. Descendant of salvation, she ain't one to trick. Avenging the witch, she's riding on fate. Nan-90, pylons open Targoid gates. Guardians whisper secrets in the stars. Katniss rise, let the fury leave scars. Galactic sorcery, techno-alchemy, tormented skies where Thargoids bleed, designing fate with a nanite twist. Pain in the circuits they can't resist. Avenging the witch, she's riding on fate. Nanite, pylons open Thargoid gates. Guardians whisper secrets in the stars. Katniss rise, let the fury leave scars. Galactic sorcery, techno-alchemy, tormented skies where Thargoids bleed, designing fate with a nanite twist. Pain in the circuits they can't resist. Avenging the witch, she's riding on fate. Nanite, pylons open Thargoid gates. Guardians whisper secrets in the stars. Katniss rise, let the fury leave scars. Stars remember, the witch ain't gone. Katniss fight strong till the dawn. Echoes of vengeance in a night glow. Thargoid titans meet their woe. She brews up vengeance, cauldron bubbles. Pylons charge, causing Thargoid troubles. Bloodline of warriors, no fear in sight. Darkness falls, but she's ready to fight. Of vengeance, cauldron bubbles. Pylons charge, causing Thargoid troubles. Bloodline of warriors, no fear in sight. Darkness falls, but she's ready to fight. Galactic sorcery, techno-alchemy, Tormented skies where Thargoids bleed, designing fate with a nanite twist. Pain in the circuits they can't resist. Avenging the witch, she's riding on fate. Nanite follows of the Thargoid gates. Guardians whisper secrets in the stars. Katniss rise, let the fury leave scars.
Alrighty then. So, we got a couple new commanders in there. We got Chris, which is Dino. Welcome in, Dino. And Crawl. Hey, Crawl, good to see you. And oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. 07 to Major Disaster. You know, waifu today. I did not make a waifu this week. We'll get to it. I'm on another gig right now, so yeah, we'll get to it. Well, as soon as willy-nilly, I told willy-nilly I'm not doing it till he gets back, because that's one of his favorite things in the world. So I'm gonna wait till he gets back. Bast Snake Gin. Now that's interesting. Oh no, dude, I've got like over 100 chicks already. How many do you need? What am I doing? Setting up buy orders on my fleet carrier. Okay, so where was I? Let's see, we got that one. What else do we need? We need a buy order for, oops, wrong thing. Oopsies. Oopsie doopsie poopsies. Wrong shift tab there. Okay, here we go. All right, so we just did, what did we just did? We did CMMs. So now we're moving down to polymers. We need 662 polymers. So we're going to get those little bad boys on here. 662. Oh, too many. Hold on, we're going to go backwards. So, I'm going to go forward. I'm not very good at controlling this, apparently. All right, here we go. 662. All right, good. There we go. Next. What's next? Polymers. Semiconductors. We need 98 of those, man. We need 98 semiconductors. Man. Wait, what was that under? Semis are under industrial materials. Oh, yeah, right there. Semiconductors is 98. 98. Going in hot. Going in hot. But 98 of those bad boys. 98. Okay, we got those. Now the superconductors. How many was that? 135. 135. We're just moving right along, boys. Oh, oh, oh. Apply. We're going in hot, boys. We're getting that buy order on here. Let's see, we've got okay, building fabricators under machinery. We need 400. We don't need any illegal drugs. Building fabs. Sell. 400. 400. Oh! I looked away for 1 second. See that? So this part's tedious, but after that, it's pretty easy going. Building fabricators. Now, emergency power shells, we already have enough. We've got power generators, we already have enough. Aluminum, 7239. Really? Is that the next thing? Yeah. Aluminum, 7239. Where'd it go? Oh, we got some on here already. We've got 7 in stock. Wait a minute. Let me make sure. 7232. So we only need 7232 then, right? Yeah, because total we need 7239. So we only need 7232 of, what did I just forgot what it was. Oh, aluminum. 7232. Aluminum. Bye. 7232. It's a big number, boys. That's a big one. We're gonna have to roll that up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2. Oh, phew, boy, right. It whizzed past that 2. 7, 2. Oh, boy, I'm really on a roll here. 1, 2. Okay, come on. 7, 2, 3, 2. Okay, I like it. Aluminum. Oh, are you the grammar Nazi today? Copper 424. Don't care how you say it, to be honest with you. Copper is 424. 424. Yeah, this is not a tutorial or a English thing. Well, it's because it doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, you can do certain things, and there's lots of tutorials out there. They're really in depth. 424. But mostly, you know what I build for is just to have it, because you get your name on it, and nobody can ever take that away from you. You can build it however you want. You don't need to know. It doesn't benefit you because you don't get any money for the stuff you sell anyway. So it doesn't really matter. If you just want to build, a bunch of mining drills all over the place and refineries and stuff, you can do that. If you're on moons, you can build whatever you want, You can make it agricultural, you can make it whatever you want. If you're not going to build, I mean, you don't even have to build any Coriolis's, but who doesn't want to build one of those? Yeah, so put up a Coriolis, then that's it. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's all you want to build. I'm actually trying to load this entire system we're working on. I'm trying to fill it out all the way. But that may be the last one I ever do that to. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so we need 10,449 steel. Steel is way down here. Did I say 10,449? I did say that, didn't I? 10,449. That is a whole bunch. That is a whole bunch of steels, boys. Well, we're getting close too. I don't know if I'm gonna. Are we gonna? Oh, we're not even gonna make it that far. Okay, so let's cancel this because I was only able to do 3,000. Let's see if we can find something that's a little closer to that. Let's go. We'll skip these two, steel and titanium, because that's a lot. And we'll just do the rest of these. And then we'll put the rest on the other carrier. So we'll go down to computer components. Which is down here somewhere under tech. Now that one I know because I've been dealing with tech a lot. Tech, computer components. And what did I say that was? That's 104. 104. Not 126, 104. Apply that one. And then we'll get medical diagnostic equipment, 49. Medical diagnostic equipment, 49, baby. So on the other carrier, when I grab it, I have to go on my other account to get it, but I'll go ahead and do the last two things, which will be about 15,000. Yeah, I didn't either, man. I didn't either. You can watch tutorials if you want, or just punt. I mean, some things you have to build something else to make. So, if, your first system, maybe you want to put a bar in it. Maybe you want to put, some civilian places. Civilian places are nice, but if you're going to put civilians, you're going to have to get security. So you might have to put some military or some personal. There is one that does personal security, but it doesn't yield a lot of security. So if you really want heavy security, then you have to go for military. Do a government. If you have Rocky Worlds and you have at least 3 ground ports, I heard the magic number is 2 refineries and a human port to do the marketing, and you should be able to get CMMs. That's the only one I know for sure. But I have not actually personally tried it, so I'm not sure. Medical diagnostic equipment. Then we got structural regulators at 69. 69, dudes. 69. $69, dudes. And then we got land enrichment, 67. Need some land enrichment, boys. What is that under? That's under tech. Oh, that's up here. Okay. What did I say it was? Wasn't that many. 67. I didn't do the other one right. That was supposed to be 690, not what I said. 67 for this one. Okay, apply that. And let's go back to, what was the one I screwed up? What did I screw up? I screwed up structural regulators. Where's that? Oh, here we go. Yeah, 690. That's a lot. That's a lot less. We need more. We need more. Yeah, nobody knows, man. I mean, they didn't. I mean, they did put out instructions, and in the link of the description, in the description below the video, there is a link to their instructions, and it gives you a basic idea. But until you actually go do it and screw up a few times, you're just not gonna know. And it's okay if you screw up. They are coming out with the ability for you to erase 690. Is that what it is? Yeah. To undo or erase mistakes. So maybe that'll work for you too if you screw up real bad. I wouldn't worry about it unless you're using, now if you're using SRV Survey, you can literally plan out the entire system and make the numbers be whatever you want them to be. And then once you got it, you just go build whatever you put in your list. And you can do that too. But it's very tedious and it's going to take some time. So be prepared, boys. Non-lethal weapons. Non-lethal weapons. How many of those do I need? 34. Applied. Okay. All right. That's it for this one. Now this is at, how much is this one at? Yeah, we're at 22 out of 25. So yeah, we're too close to really do anything else. 22, because yeah, I can only do 3. I could do 3,000 more, but the 2 I need, I don't think that either one of them are in range. Okay, now, yeah, because I got a 10,000 and a 5,000 left. That's the only 2 I got left. So I have to grab another carrier for that, but we'll do that in a short. So basically, that's it. There you go. It's loaded, ready to rock. This one's good to go. So you guys all come on over and fill it up. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. I'm just kidding. So yeah, so I end up loading that today. I'll get the other carrier over here, load that one up too, and I'll take them both back and unload them. It'll be a breeze. Unloading is a breeze. Loading is not so great. And yeah, so the next system I'm going to be working on will be a different one. It'll probably be I'm probably going to try to make it as much a tourist environment as possible. So it's not going to have a lot of weird stuff in it, but it will have some stuff in it. And it's a small system as well. I have big systems, but I'm not I don't know that I'll get to them anytime soon because they're literally going to take, some of them could technically take me years. I don't know. Some of them are pretty big. So we'll do that. And then what else? Let's see if there's anything else on my list. There's ships flying around. Oh, shh. You are loud, bro. Okay. That's better. So yeah, we're going to go to the Trailblazer song next door. We're going to pick up all that stuff, bring it over here, put it on this carrier. and then we're gonna fly that back and we'll unload it. We just we unload it right next door to wherever the ground spot is. The renaming works, but if you do that, be careful because some of the systems like the market connector and stuff may not read those immediately. You might have to try your previous name for a while, and eventually you'll be able to switch it. Yeah, I do want to do some testing on that cancellation stuff because that's going to be a good thing. The canceling all the stuff and whatnot. The so get ready for Monday. They're probably going to come out with a new event starting Monday. It'll probably still run for 2 weeks, so it's going to be a mining event. If you're going to buy one of those ships, I totally say, well, I have a lot of already engineered parts, and I don't care about rebuy, so I'm probably just going to get the regular one. I will probably get one, but I don't really want to pay the extra money for all the other stuff because literally I don't do mining unless there's an event to do mining. So, you know, there's not a lot of incentive there for me. I do like the paint jobs. I'd love to see those paint jobs on your Coriolis's and whatnot. We can look at the actual system that I'm working on that without, you know, not the version we've been looking at, but the other version. It just shows me right here. And then we can look in here, see it's not that far. And if you view the system map, you can see that this place is super dark. See, it's got a super dark sun. All these are icy bodies. And like I said, we're working on this planet right here. So we've got, and this planet right here. So there's 2 planets going on. The Jurg is out there. Okay, good to see you, Jurg. I don't know what he's bringing. Hope it's nothing I'm picking up. Cygnus Prime, this is the one I need to grab. I just can't grab it here, but I'm going to grab that one, bring it over here where I'm at, and then I'll fill it up too. So that's it, guys. That's really all I got, unless you guys have any other questions about colonization. Like I said, it's not a, you know, some people really understand it, and, you know, but basically it's all about playing the numbers. What do you want the numbers to be when you're done? Do you want a high security system? Do you want to, you know, do you want a little hideaway? What do you want? You want to try to sell stuff? It doesn't matter what you sell because you don't get kickbacks for it. Hey, look, Phoenix is back. So you don't get anything, but you don't lose money either. So, but it's more of a, to me, it's more of a, you know, how people used to go all crazy for, you know, getting first footfall. Well, first it was just discovering planets, which you can still do. We've only discovered like less than 1% of the entire galaxy. So, I mean, there's plenty out there if you just want your name out there. But a lot of that stuff is self-gratification because it doesn't matter if you build the best system or whatever. Unless people are interested or they're nearby or they like that place, they're not going to ever see it. So, and nobody cares, you know, nobody's going to really care, you know, if you have all your systems done or what you did in them. Unless they happen to be in the area or they're, you know, within that spot, it's all for you. So whatever makes you feel good, you build that, right? It doesn't matter if you build it to the meta, doing this, doing that, doing whatever. It doesn't matter. You can take a rocky world and put a tourism site right on it. It doesn't even matter. Yeah. So yeah, high tech. Yeah, I do have military, but I stopped doing military because I also have a pirate place too, right? Here, this is a pirate base, and then I also have a right here somewhere. I also have a pirate port. So there's a pirate port here, and it's right underneath my main Coriolis. Or actually, this is an orbit. Is an Orbis or a? It's that big one with the round ring around it. It took a while to build that sucker. We had like 4 or 5 guys working on it. Still took a few days. So yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, we're just down to like 3 places left. I think this one's got 2 on it, and this one's got 1, and I'm gonna build a second one as soon as I get another point. Yeah, see, my construction points in here say I have 0. So The market connector's wrong. It's not updated right. Yeah, because I don't have any. I'm building the place that I'm building now will give me the yellow I need to build the second place. Yeah, the T3 ports aren't no joke. We have a T3 ground port on A7. It's got this cool name. This is a random name too. Sawyer Terminus. That's one of the big ones with the 20 landing pads around it and stuff. It looks cool too when you go there because it's always dark here, so it's all the lights are on. It looks cool. Like I said, I wish we had neon to light up stuff, but you know, if at least for the orbitals, I don't know. I mean, the ground ports are okay, but yeah, because like I said, not everybody builds in the sun. So, I mean, maybe it won't sell as many, but I'd sure wish we had something. Because some people may want neon in the light. Sometimes if their port goes to the dark side, they may still want to see it. So, you know, because when it orbits, sometimes it's got to hit that dark side unless it's a static orbit. But you know, so yeah, we got a bunch of stuff in here. Most of the random name stuff, if I don't like it, I just change it to another random name, unless I really want to name it something. I don't want to spend 5,000 arcs a pop to rename every single thing. That would cost me a lot of money, and you know, I'm trying to behave. So it's not that I haven't spent a lot of money in this game. I have. That's no joke. And I bought every single starship our new spaceship they put out. Most of them are stellars, you know, but this one in particular that's coming out, I'm not interested in doing the Galactic. The Galactic, I think the price is just too high. I think if a lot of people buy it at that price, they're going to just keep gouging us more and more. I'm thinking we need to, you know, kind of send a message like, hey, you know, we want to help out, but damn. If you want me to spend that kind of money, you better give me a warship. Then I'd be like, oh, all right, it's a warship. I mean, I'm going to blow everything away anyway. Let's just do the warship and call it good. But yeah, not for a mining ship, which I'll probably like literally use twice ever. And I do want to use, I think it looks cool. I love the way it just batters the hell out of the asteroids. That thing sounds like it's a lot of fun, but I mean, you know, there's only so much fun to be had in a mining ship. I'm just saying out loud. I don't, you know, when I look at mining kind of like fishing, and I guess Sarge was the one that kind of said the same thing. I look at it like fishing. If you just want to go fishing, yeah, go mining, because they don't have any fishing in this game. This is one of the very few MMOs that doesn't have fishing. We need some water. We need water. Are we ever going to get water, you think? Yeah, yeah. I do. I agree with that. I don't, yeah, I tried that core mining. I could not, I didn't get it. I totally failed at that. Every time it told me, oh, you didn't place the right charges and blah, blah. I was like, whatever. Waterworld is that way. Yeah, we want water. We want fishing. If they give us water worlds to land on, we want some fishing. They better give us some fish. That's all I'm saying. They got all these games with all these creatures in them. This moon needs some creatures. Needs a fishing hole. Ice fishing hole. We can go ice fishing. That would be awesome. Right. Yeah. I get you. Yeah. I totally, dude. Oh, and I tried it, man, and I just couldn't. I just decided, okay, this is not for me. I'm not the one. But we'll see how it goes next week. Like I said, I'll at least get the regular one. I don't know. I don't want to buy that damn. I don't want to encourage them to make us spend way too much money on this stuff. I think that their artist is charging them a little overcharging them a little bit. Especially because they only have to build it once and then they get to sell it 9,000 times. I don't think that the prices need to be that high. Yeah, see, you're going right over my head. Yeah. Yes, I know. Yes, I think we just said that. But thank you, Dino, for reminding me. Yes, we need atmospheric planets. And that may be coming next week too, boys. We don't know. We got to see what happens with this exobiology thinger-jiggy thing going on. We don't know. It might be the time. It might be the atmospheric landing we've all been waiting for. We don't know. But there's still not going to be any, there's probably, I don't know if they're going to have trees or any grass or anything, or it's just going to be like, is the water going to be there? Are we going to have real water? We're going to get to go swimming. I don't know. I don't even know. All right, bud. Thank you, Hohen. I will take you up on that some point. I do have a ship that I built for doing that, but I couldn't figure it out. Oh, the new pilots initiative. Yeah, I actually send a lot of people to them to learn stuff because I don't really teach like brand new pilots very well. I'm not patient enough. So if it's really bad, I'm like, hey, you should probably join this new pilots initiative. They're really good, and they love new pilots. We like pilots we can take semi-new, but not new. It's just, yeah, I can't even remember any of that stuff. You know what I mean? All that stuff we had to do back in the day. Oh, we just throw some ships at them now and say, oh, just get your engineers open and come out here and shoot stuff. That's all. That's what we like to do. Yeah, once they get going, that's what we got. A guy that we're actually working with now named Mars. We're trying to work with him to get him going on his engineers and all that. So we are trying with him. He's not brand new, but he's still, very wet behind the ears. So we are, going to keep going, and we'll just get into it. So there's nothing else, boys. I'm done for today. I've had enough. I'm ready to go have some dinner and call it good. Yeah. Well, we know what he likes. He likes to just go wherever we go. So he needs to have engineering because we like to go shoot. We like to shoot pirates in the face for bounties. So he's got to go to the engineers for that. So, yeah. If he was just doing exploration or something, yeah, we wouldn't bother. But he needs engineers. So anyway, guys, I want you guys to take care of yourselves out there. Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay out of trouble unless you're in the Vortex Squadron. If you want to join, feel free to join. Go in game. Look us up. We are VXSN. Is in, what is it? November. The last one's November. VXS November. Okay. And then just join us. Yeah, we don't ask any questions. If you join us on the Discord, it'll even be better for you. And if you join us on the Discord and Anara, click that like. That's right. And if you join us on Anara as well, I'll make you a wing commander right out of the gate. And that is a prestigious position in the Vortex Squadron, wing commanders. All right, guys, take care. I will talk to you guys very soon.
Stardust in your hair, you're a cosmic dream. Flying through the space on a laser beam. Galactic whispers calling out your name. Vortex Squadron lights up just the same. From the shadows of moons to the edge of the truth, Commander, you shine like a stellar sleuth. Wishing you all the best in the void out there. From the cosmic center, gotta feel that flare. Winging a salute like a bright comet's tail. Commander will follow, no way we could fail. our creed. In the silent vacuum where whispers lead, our beacon is bright, it never will stray. Follow the trail into